Hey Memphis, this is Best in Blue. This show is just like it sounds. We're talking to the best and brightest in the Memphis Police Department. In each episode, we do a deep dive into the various jobs within the department, and more importantly, we do a deep dive into the lives of the very human men and women behind the badge. And now, here's your host, Candace Gray.
Hello again. We are here today talking to Deputy Chief Joe Oakley of the Memphis Police Department. Let me tell you, we have got some really exciting things we're going to talk about today. Who knew Memphis Police Department had an IT department? We are going to talk all about it as Deputy Chief Oakley is the head of information technology for the Memphis Police Department. So we will take a quick break and we will be right back with Deputy Chief Joe Oakley.
There's a new era in policing. Leading the way is the Memphis Police Department. Be part of the change and join MPD for a career in law enforcement. Protect and serve the people of our city. Protect the peace. Help us make a better and stronger Memphis. Live a life of meaning. Be the change. Join the best in blue. Come to the Memphis Police Department Hiring Expo on April 8th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 170 North Main in downtown Memphis.
Welcome back. We are here with another exciting episode of Best in Blue with Deputy Chief Joe Oakley. Welcome, Chief Oakley. How are you today?
I'm doing good, and thank you again for having me here.
Absolutely. We are so excited to talk about the IT side of things. When we think about police work, I don't think people really think about, some of the IT work that is really instrumental to the success of the department. So we're so happy to have you here to talk about some of that today. I would like to know what was your background? How did it lead you to your current post? I know you've been in the department for 34 plus years. So just tell us how you got here, first of all.
Well, I started in 89 and then I moved up the ranks. But I think at the colonel position at Mount Moriah Station, we had our challenges, and I really got in deep with the crime data. So used the crime data and distributed it to our officers, and we were able to make a 20% crime reduction at that precinct in less than 4 years. Wow. Because our officers bought into our hotspot policing method, and It was very exciting to see our officers, who all work very hard every day, to get into the reading of the crime data and looking at the hotspot maps, and took ownership of their assignments. And it was a great thing to watch these young officers go out and work hard, make good arrests, prevent crime. So that was really something that I wanted to do for the entire city.
Sure.
And I was promoted to this rank in August of 21 by Chief Davis. It's been a great experience ever since.
Good. Wonderful. So you went from one of the local precincts to working for, the greater city, right?
Right.
Amazing. And how long had you been at Mount Moriah?
5 years.
Wow. Okay. Very cool. So I know that you're not from Memphis, but you definitely have a Southern accent. Where are you from originally?
I do. Originally, I'm from Kentucky.
Oh, okay. Kentucky. My husband's from Kentucky, as a matter of fact. I like Kentucky guys. Did you happen to root for Kentucky in basketball, or were you a Memphis fan, coming up?
Well, coming up, more Kentucky. And then when I moved to Memphis, of course, I have to be a Tigers fan.
Of course. You got to root for the home team.
Right.
So let's talk about education for a moment. Thinking about the whole data side of things in IT, did you always know that you wanted to go this route? Is that what you studied in undergrad, or where'd you go to school? Let's talk about that for a minute.
Well, I went to Lambeth College in Jackson, Tennessee, but I was more of a pre-law political science type guy back then.
Okay.
Because back then we didn't even have cell phones. So
right.
There was no technology.
There was no data,
then.
right.
No data, but I always did a lot of electronics at the time, and I also worked as an electrician for a time before I joined the police department out of college. So had a little background, but as far as the modern things that we have now did not exist back then.
Yeah. So when would you say during your, tenure in the police department, when did data really start coming to the forefront of the police work?
Probably in maybe the 2000s. We had ComStat, but back then the data was a week old because we ran it once a week. So we were going off of week-old data.
Sure. But
we did use it, and then the next week of data, you could see that we did move the crime. Either it dissipated or we moved it somewhere else. Mm-hmm. Now we have real-time crime data every day.
Okay. That's amazing. So what would you say is the most interesting part of the work that your department does? And you have several departments. Can you tell me some of those that are under your purview?
Oh, I sure can. We have the Real-Time Crime Center. I know everybody knows what that is. We also have our crime analysis unit that does the crime analysis for the police department every day. We have some wonderful, hardworking men and women there. We have our video analyst team that analyzes our body-worn camera and in-car video and other videos. Mm-hmm. We have our drone program. We have our Blue Crush camera department. Mm-hmm. We have our in-car video department and our body-worn camera department and our IT department, all under my umbrella.
Wonderful. And what would you say is the most interesting piece of it all?
I think it's just the technology as a whole, because, when I came up the ranks, we did not have these things. Mm-hmm. And we took paper reports. Now officers have a PDA that they can take a report with. Mm-hmm. We have body worn camera, the in-car video. None of this was available. So I think for the younger generation that is coming on the department, I think it's a plus, and I think that they accept it. They know how to use it. Mm-hmm. And I think it's very exciting for someone that wants to join the police department is all the technology that we have today. Absolutely.
And would you say, so if someone were to go to school and, get out and want to come to this department, mm-hmm. what kind of major do you think they would have? Would it be IT or computer science? What do you think?
I think anything computer or IT related would be mm-hmm. a plus.
Okay. That's great. Let me ask you this. I know that one of the programs that is in your purview is the Memphis Connect. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, anybody that wants to check it out is connect2memphis.org. And the program is our camera integration program. Mm-hmm. So if someone has a camera at their home or business, if they want to register it with the MPD Real-Time Crime Center, they go to the website and register their camera. Okay. And what this means is, one, it lets us know that you have a camera system at your business or home. And two, if a crime occurs near one of your cameras or maybe near your home or your business, mm-hmm. we will send you a email or text and ask you to check your cameras and see if your cameras captured a crime in progress. Okay. And if so, we give them a link to download the video, and that video goes directly to the detective handling the case.
Okay, great. So there's no big brother happening, monitoring while people are, hanging out on their front porch. Nothing like that. Okay.
No, not at all. And then the second part is the integration. After July 1st, business or home will be able to purchase a core. Mm-hmm. You could hook the core up to your camera system. The core is like a cable box. Okay. So once you you have to purchase it. Then there's a small fee for storage. And after that, once it's shipped to you, UPS, FedEx, you hook it up, and then we have a map, and it will indicate that your camera's online.
Okay.
So we can go into your camera system and check if there's a crime being committed in your home. And let's say if you have a convenience store and you're having robberies on a Saturday night at 8:00 and you're in the system, we can pull your cameras up at Real Time Crime Center and watch to see, is the robber coming back? And if they do, then, we get on the radio, we advise the dispatcher of the suspect, what he's wearing, what he's armed with. So I think it's a very good thing. Also, if there's a robbery in progress or carjacking or whatever, it pops up on the screen, and we check for nearby cameras. And if we have a camera that's integrated, we pull it up. And this is a great tool to apprehend a suspect and for officer safety.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I want to talk a little bit more about that when we come back. We're going to take a break in just a moment. But I do want to repeat the website where people can go and learn more about Connect Memphis or Memphis Connect. And it's connect2memphis.org. And you can go on the website and learn about community camera registry and integration and kind of help, add some virtual policing to our streets and our neighborhoods in Memphis. I love it. I love the use of technology to help, combat crime. Well, I have one question, and when we come back, you'll have to answer it for me. Deputy Chief Oakley, was there ever a call or a video that made you question humanity? I know you have probably seen a lot of things in your 34 plus years on the force. So think about that. And when we come back, you'll answer it for us all, hopefully. You are listening to Best in Blue, presented by the Memphis Police Department and empowered by Kadzukian. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back with Deputy Chief Joe Oakley. Stay tuned.
There's a new era in policing. Leading the way is the Memphis Police Department. Be part of the change and join MPD for a career in law enforcement. Protect and serve the people of our city. Protect the peace. Help us make a better and stronger Memphis. Live a life of meaning. Join the Best in Blue.
My name is Lieutenant Tina Halfacre.
I'm Officer Andrades. My rank is P2P.
Officer Christopher Freeman.
I am Officer Meeks. I am a P2.
My name is Sergeant Lee.
Officer Baruga. I'm a patrol officer.
I am Officer Shauna Roten, and I've been a Memphis police officer for 3 years.
36 years.
8 months.
I've been with the Memphis Police Department for 8 years.
12 years.
The people that I come in contact with, I see them either at Walmart, if I go to a gas station and get a snack, whatever it may be, I run into the same people and they remember me. And that's I don't know, it's a comfort for me that someone remembers me and that I've had some type of positive impact on someone.
My favorite part is being a police officer is being in the motorcycles unit. I am the first and only female. I love riding motorcycles, and that way you get to meet a lot of people.
Memphis is where I'm from, and I love my city. So why wouldn't I serve my city?
안녕하세요. 저 이름은 Sergeant Lee입니다. Join the Best in Blue.
Join the Best in Blue. If I can do it, tú también lo puedes hacer.
Join the Best in Blue so you can ride along with me.
It doesn't matter where you're from. Memphis Police Department is going to give you the opportunity to be here, to get more than a job. They give you opportunity to get a career.
For anybody that wants to apply and have a heart for service, go ahead and make the decision. Don't hesitate on it. It'll be the best decision you've ever made, and come join the Best in Blue.
Be the change. Join the Best in Blue. Come to the Memphis Police Department Hiring Expo on April 8th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 170 North Main in downtown Memphis.
Welcome back to Best in Blue. We are here with Deputy Chief Joe Oakley, and he is giving us the dish on all things IT, real-time crime center, Memphis Connect, all sorts of really cool technology pieces about what he does for MPD and what the departments under him do. We left you with a cliffhanger question. And that question was there ever a call or a video that made you really question humanity? You don't have to go into, explicit details, but maybe just talk about that moment and how you were able to push through, what it meant to you to see or experience that.
Right. Well, over the years, I've seen numerous events like that, but I think the most troublesome to me is how a human being can abuse a child or an elderly person. And it really, does question why. Yeah. And then, but to arrest the abuser, made me feel good because we got him off the street, and then he will be dealt with in a court of law. So that was the good part. But seeing the victims, their conditions or how it made them feel as a human being, especially a child or an elderly, it's very, helpless, very sad. Yeah, very sad.
Vulnerable populations. Right. Yeah. Well, I know that you guys do amazing work, and the data that you, have built these several departments on really helps us fight crimes. Conversely, has there ever been something that you've seen, on the job that said, what, this restores my faith in humanity?
Right. Countless times over the years, I've seen people help others without being asked, like donate food, clothing, allow people to live with them or help them back on their feet. And we have officers that do it every day without being asked. Wow. I've seen officers make a call and they see that children don't have anything to eat, and they'll go to the store and buy it with their own money and bring it back to the home. And that goes on a lot. And then we do food drives. We team up with the Memphis Food Bank or Feed the Needy, and officers love it. Our community outreach program does things like this as well, food, clothing. And I think it's a great thing to see. And absolutely, people have a niche for it, and so do our officers. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because a lot of times, and I know, throughout history, there's been this, kind of elephant in the room between the community and police. And there really should be an integration. And I think the Connect Memphis is an opportunity to really kind of bridge that gap once again. So far, it looks like we have about 2,500 cameras in the program, and other people can still sign on to have their cameras in the program. What do you think? Have you guys seen some success from the program so far? What do you think the potential is?
I think it's a great potential. Other cities have similar programs. I think Atlanta, for example, has over 10,000 cameras and about the same registered. So it's real time. I mean, we've met with Atlanta IT chief before, and he's talked very many successes. And then I went to Jackson, Mississippi. They have a smaller program because they're a smaller department. And I spoke with the chief there, and he actually showed videos of success stories with that. The crimes occurring under the integrated cameras, and arrests were made. And there was a really good one to where the suspect showed up at a hospital, was shot, and the stories didn't add up. So they looked at their integrated cameras and saw a camera nearby of where a crime may have occurred. And the homeowner sent the link, and it showed this guy what he did and why he was shot and who shot him. So that was just one incident. And that's what's going to happen here when we have 10,000 cameras integrated.
And the program is pretty new still. It just started in the fall of last year.
Yes, right? November.
Okay. So where do you guys hope to take us, say, in the next year or so with this program?
Well, the chief's goal, my goal is to have at least 10,000 cameras integrated by the end of 24, let's say.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, guys, get on the horn and check it out. Once again, it's connect, 2, Memphis.org. We talk about real-time crime, and I think that's one of the benefits of having, videos and the in-car cameras and all that. But what about the folks who are receiving calls? I know that I believe that includes, 911 calls that come in, or fire department. Can you just talk a little bit about how all that works and how it's integrated?
Yes, the computer-aided dispatch system. So when someone calls 911 or 545 cops, whatever, they in 911 they call, "Do you need police or fire?" And they say police, so it goes to a dispatcher. And once that dispatcher receives the call is generated and sent to an officer in the area of where the call is coming from, and they immediately go to the scene. At the same time, we have the call log, or the call, we call it a CAD, which is computer-aided dispatch system on the screen at Real Time Crime Center. So when it comes up, our officers at Real Time look to see if there's a Blue Crush camera in the area. So if we do, we pull that camera up to see if we could catch the suspect in action or someone in distress or whatever. And numerous times our officers there have portrayed or sent the information out to the officers on the street, and they were able to make arrests. It's countless times, too many to talk about.
Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. What would you say if someone was, wanting to work for the department or in Real Time Crime Center or as part of the IT department? What do you think, what steps should they take to kind of prepare them for that type of work?
Well, to be a police officer, you have to go through the academy. We really encourage that. We have sign-in bonuses and other things, which are.
Is it up to like $20,000 now?
I think
I hear that?
15, maybe.
Okay.
Could be 20
15,
now.
20,
but it's I did not have that when I came over here.
Oh, right.
So very good incentive. We have a lot of incentives here. And to come up, get out of the academy, go through your training phase, and you get off your probationary period. And if you have IT experience or computer experience, you would be considered to come to Real Time Crime Center. And as far as being a crime analyst or video analyst, you need to have a degree in a related field and maybe some experience of some sort. But we always have openings at Real Time for either crime analysis or video analysis. So just check the city website for job openings. Okay. And we would love to see you.
Wonderful. Well, I know a couple people, and I send them to the website every now and then. If people are interested in applying for jobs, what is the website that they should go to check out?
I'll go to mpd.com.
mpd.com. All right. Sounds good. I do have another question. And this is, part of our standard interview here, or conversation, really. What would you say are your top 3 things you love about Memphis?
Well, always the food.
Okay, of course. Of course.
The amenities of the city, have Grayson, Beale Street, the river. And then third is being a Memphis police officer. That's probably number 1 out of the top 3.
Yeah. And you raised your family here in Memphis?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Well, Deputy Chief Joe Oakley, it has been such a pleasure getting to know you and learning about the work that you and your departments do to help keep us safe and, lower crime. We know that you guys are working tooth and nail to do that. So we thank you for your service, and we appreciate you. Thank you again for coming today. Thank you for listening to Best in Blue. As always, we appreciate you tuning in to learn more about our police department and the men and women behind the badge. Be sure to like us and follow us across all of our social media platforms, and listen to the show wherever you stream your podcasts. We're at Best in Blue MPD on Instagram and Best in Blue on Facebook. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.
This is Memphis Police Chief CJ Davis encouraging you to join our Best in Blue. Our requirements are achievable, our standards are the highest, and our officers are the finest. Check out opportunities to join our police department at joinmpd.com.